Hey guys, have a fantastic day. Ethan Bale here. Welcome back to a YouTube video. Now in this video I'm going to explain to you why naps and marketers don't scale. Now I see this all the time on Twitter and LinkedIn where people will have like a month where they'll be scaled up to about 1k per day in spend, and next month they've had to drop it to $500 per day because of some issues, and that's a 50% decrease in revenue, which isn't really good for the overall brand. So I've been seeing this a lot, so I thought I'd record a video just to kind of explain how you can fix and how to avoid it, because there's nothing more frustrating when you scale that account. So even like for us, where we scale them to like 2.5k per day in spend, you're getting about 7.5, 8k a day in sales, and then suddenly you end up having to backtrack all the way to about 1.5k per day, and you just end up losing like $2,000 or $3,000 dollars per day, and it's just a pain. So obviously we have fixed that issue now, fixed it ages ago, and I'm going to explain how you can fix it as well. So any comments, drop in the comment section. Let's get straight to it. So why 90% of marketers don't scale and essentially lose clients? It's very, very common. If you scale them up and they realize that your budget is dropped by 50% every single day and sales are at 50%, they're not going to be with you for the next month. They're going to cut you, especially right at the top when you're working with like 7-8 figure brands. So the first one is the biggest scaling mistakes. So there's three. So firstly, most marketers kill an ad far too early. Scaling is just increasing ad spend. It's also optimizing every part of the funnel. And then the third one is ad fatigue, like CPM spike, ROAS drops, doesn't mean the ad is actually dead. I'm going to go into those in more detail, but an example of that is like your Facebook ad could be getting about 4x ROAS in week 1, absolutely crushing it. Week after, drops to 2x. Marketers will, or Facebook ad media buyers end up cutting it, or cutting spend straight off the bat, which just basically messes everything up. So firstly, we'll talk about ad fatigue. So ad fatigue, fixing creatives, not targeting. So the audience isn't tired of the offer, they're just tired of seeing the same ad. So if you're using the same hooks, the same messaging again and again and again, or the same like storytelling, they're going to get bored. Now the best way to do this is just take your winning scripts, maintain the messaging but tell the story differently, or maintain the messaging, just change the visuals and then just change the hooks. Basically rotating new creatives while keeping the same winning hooks. I didn't say you can change it yet, but it varies. You can change the winning hooks, or just change 2 of the hooks, keep the one winning hook. It doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure you're basically doing the same messaging and the same hook, but just telling that story differently. So testing new angles or new hooks. Bear in mind keeping the one winning. Visuals, formats, UGC, carousel videos, not just new audiences. Now, example of this is a skincare ad can target women 35 plus. Okay, it starts strong, performance dips after 2 weeks. Instead of killing the ad, the brand just refreshes the creative. So just take that ad, okay, this hook is good, let's just change, or sorry, this video hold rate, average view time is very good, let's just change the hook. Or this hook's very, very good, let's just change the visuals, and not very clear, it causes a bit of confusion. Let's just handle a few more objections. Basically doing that, and it's just instead of killing it, and the brand refreshes the creative with a new style of video, and be that, as I just said, or testimonial, etc. Change the first few seconds. CTR ROAS just bounce back very, very quickly. So just basically tweaking what's going on. If the messaging's working, just tell the story differently. So the same messaging, but different visuals and things like that. Now, CPM spike. So you can change your audience, check for an audience overlap before killing. This is very, very important, because a CPM spike doesn't always mean the audience is being burnt out. So check for an audience overlap. We run on broad. So when I mean audience here, I mean market awareness or market sophistication overlaps, not interest overlaps. So firstly, audience overlap. Competing ads driving up cost. If you've basically got numerous of the same ad in the ad account, you're going to be competing against yourself with those same ads and targeting the same people. So your CPM is going to be higher. Even in multiple campaigns, your CPM is going to be higher. So you want to make sure you are having one campaign, just prospecting broad, and in there just put creatives in there. Make sure you're not targeting the same types of people with the exact same messaging 20-30 times, like I say a lot of brands do. An auction volatility. So seasonal shifts and ads competition. Around Black Friday, CPM is going to be higher. In January, everyone starts running ads again. By the end of the year, people start, just cutting down spend and things like that. So there's also that taken into consideration as well. And the solutions are excluding overlapping audiences. If you've got 2 ads saying the same thing, just cut what everyone's doing worse, and then just basically change the messaging, keep the same style. I just change the messaging so it basically talks to different type of people. Test broader audiences to reduce competition. Instead of going product aware and aware, go for like problem aware, solution aware, or if you're really good, unaware. Example of this, CPMs rise for a prospecting campaign. Just replace product aware ads with like solution aware ads. Or you can just basically change the style of product aware ad. So you're doing us versus them, maybe go like us versus solution, things like that. Now, the ROAS dropped, look at the conversion rate, not just the ad spend, because sometimes when ROAS drops, it's very rarely the actual ads. We have clients who are always saying, okay, why is the ROAS drop by 50% this week? And we go, well, nothing's changed the ads. What's changed on the back end? Oh, we changed all our product pages. Okay, well, that's why then. And then they'll be, oh, no, it is the ads. I'm like, well, it isn't, because you look at what variable has changed. If you've changed new product pages and the ads have stayed the same, conversion rate has dropped, it's the product pages. It's that simple. So before you start panicking, just ask your client, okay, is any products out of stock? Is there, a button stop working? Has there been any updates on the website that's caused glitches, things like that? Because a decline in a ROAS isn't always a bad thing. It isn't always a bad ad. It's often a conversion rate problem. So check landing page speed, any updates, add to cart versus purchase ratio, any checkout drop-offs, offer positioning, if product pages changed. Has there been 5 bad reviews is a common one? Like, has there been like 5 bad reviews in the past 2 weeks that are now on the first page of all the entire like 1,000 reviews? So when the consumer scrolls down, they just see 1-star reviews for like the first 5 reviews. And so they're the main things. Solution for this, obviously, optimize the checkout process, improve the mobile user interface to reduce friction. Example of this is an ad can be driving traffic, see a ROAS drop, and you may have just sold out of a product. So you just pull that product back in stock and you fix the issue, or the checkout page has just slowed down because you've tried to add too many things to it, and you fix it and the page brings back up. Like I said, it's very rare on the ROAS drop, it's very rarely the ads. I mean, yes, 10% of the time it can be the ads, but to be honest, 9% of the time it is the website. Something's got, because nothing has changed with the ads. It's very unlikely it is the ads. It does tend to be the back end. So scaling isn't just spending more. Common mistake, doubling the budget without proper optimization, it just messes everything up. If you just go, okay, we're on $500 per day, we're generating 2K at 4x. If we put in 1K, we're going to generate 4K. So let's just double the spend. That's not how it works. There's 2 ways you can scale. Horizontal scaling, duplicating with ad sets to new audiences, or vertical scaling, gradually increasing spend by 20-30% per day max. Personally, in my opinion, I go vertical scaling. I do know some people use horizontal scaling. That's why I incorporated it into this presentation. But most people should be using vertical scaling, because horizontal scaling is a very good method. So vertical scaling, gradually increasing spend 20-30% per day max, works very, very well. Example, if you're on $50 per day and you scale the ads like $5 per day, which sounds ridiculous, but I have seen that being done. Without structure, your ROAS will just crash. Scaling gradually profitability will just basically suck, and it'll just be absolute carnage. So make sure you're doing 20%. So 50, 60, 72, 86.4, 103.3. You learn the numbers after a bit, but that's the old point. If you are just doubling, tripling, 10x in spend, you're going to run into issues basically. So the smart scaling process. So identifying winning ads. So ads that are basically maintaining 3 to 5x over 3 plus days. Also, you're looking at spend. So over the past 3, 4, even 7 days, look at what's taken most of the spend. If the ROAS, like if you've got an ad that spent $50 over a week with a 5x, but an ad that spent 1K over the week with a 3x, you want to go for the ad that spent 1K. It's always off spend. ROAS is important, but it's also important to incorporate and look at spend. So the spend is very high and the ROAS is high over a 7-day period, you will find yourself a winning ad. You can then duplicate that ad and change keep the hooks, change the body, or just change the hooks, keep the body, keep the messaging, change the visuals, maybe create a static version, maybe say the same hook in a different way, maybe move it from like a problem aware to solution aware to problem aware or something like that. So yeah, you can duplicate and test new creatives, you can increase the budget 20-30%, vertical scaling, just expand into new lookalikes and interests. Completely ignore that, don't do that. I just wanted to put that in here so it reminds me to tell you not to do it. Do not run new lookalikes, do not run interest, run broad, completely ignore that point. Monitor post-click data, so CVR, conversion rate, bounce rate, things like that. We've seen it before where we can run ads for a client, the ROAS can be like 3 to 4, do really, really well. Suddenly, the ROAS drops to like a 2, and we're like, okay, nothing's showing the ads, what's gone on the back end? They'll blame the ads. day after day, and eventually they'll say, oh yeah, we just added a discount to the overall store, so we go, what was it? Okay, 20-30%, so your AOV drops by like $10-15, or maybe even more, $20, and you get to the point where that's going to affect your ROAS. So yeah, so that's going to affect your AOV, which then affects your ROAS. So that's another thing. So adjust everything based on data, not just emotions. Now, here is the takeaway. So scale smarter, not harder. Don't kill winners early. It is so frustrating. If an ad is running for a 7-day period, right, so you get your ad. If you launch it and say you're doing 1K per day, the first day it takes $500 and the ROAS tanks. Cut it. If you run for about 3 days and it gets a good amount of spend and the ROAS is like 2 and your break even is 2.5, still keep running it. It's only had 3 days, and judge it off spend. If it's spent over 7 days, like maybe like 2 to 3K, but it's got a good ROAS, that's when to keep it on. If you run over a 7-day period and it's only got $50, it's not getting any spend, then I'd kill it. So fix creative before you do anything. So yeah, as I said, check audience overlap before reacting to CPM spikes. ROAS drops. The first thing you do is go into the website. You look the Shopify analytics page. You're looking for website conversion rate. Has that gone down? AOV has gone down, or if any drop-offs, for example, add to cart checkout drop-off increase, or checkout to purchase drop-off increase, or just the add to cart percentage, has that increased or decreased as well. Once you've analysed every single one of those numbers, chances are, if your ROAS drops, it'll be one of those problems. If it isn't, then it's not a problem. Like I said, 90% of the time it is that a client could have just launched a sale without telling you, and the AOV drops, the ROAS drops. The client could have changed shipping fees, so it was free, now it's like $2. People aren't going to pay for it, that type of thing. Now, scaling isn't random, it's structured, tested, and optimization. So what I mean by this is that don't just double your spend, increase by 20%, go vertically, not horizontally. And smart marketers test, iterate, and scale strategically. That's what they do. They don't just go, okay, we're just going to 10x the budget and just duplicate this campaign, ad set 20 times and pray. That's not what we do. So, hope you found this video helpful. Any questions, drop in the comment section below. It's very important, just don't kill winners early. I see this so many times and it's just heartbreaking. And if your ROAS does drop, check the website first, analytics page, see if the AOV, conversion rate, drop-offs have changed. If you have any questions, like I said, drop in the comment section. If you have any video ideas or things you're struggling on, again, just drop them in the comment section below. And if you are a DTC brand, a Shopify brand or anything like that, and you are struggling to scale right now, and you maybe be spending way less than 1 to 2K per day in spend, you just can't even seem to hit your 50, 100K a month mark, then in the description below, just what it says, have you been with my Facebook ads, click that link there, schedule a very, very quick 10-15 minute chat with me, and we'll assess if you're a good fit to work with us. Now, like I said, any questions, drop in the comment section, and the key takeaway here is please don't kill winners early, and if your ROAS does drop, check back end first, aka Shopify analytics page. And that is everything, and I'll see you in the next video.